Kxo with NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network. Saints quarterback Derek Carr confirmed he has a shoulder injury and an MRI to back it up. Carr emphasized the team knows about it, they've been in constant communication, there's nothing wrong, and they're moving forward. His comments came in the context of rebuffing supposed rumors that the injury was fabricated and added he's been dealing with people lying about him. The Saints selected quarterback Tyler Shuck in the second round of the 2025 NFL Draft. Meantime, the Super Bowl 59 winning Philadelphia Eagles visiting the White House today to celebrate their victory with President Trump. One player not in attendance was quarterback Jalen Hurts due to a scheduling conflict. And the Commanders are getting a new stadium in the nation's capital in 2030. The franchise and the District of Columbia government reached an agreement to build a new facility on the site of the old RFK Stadium. This has been NFL Network Now on the Westwood One Radio Network.
You could think you found your dream home online. The kitchen island looks perfect for your inner chef. The backyard, a paradise for your green thumb. And that extra room, hello walk-in closet. But here's the twist. The lot next door just got rezoned for years of construction. On this end, yeah, you're going to be hearing a lot of that. Don't let your dream home turn into a nightmare. Work with the expertise and ethical training of a Realtor, here to guide and help protect you from the surprises you didn't see coming. Realtors are members of the National Association of Realtors, right by you.
This is the story of the one who, as a maintenance specialist for a historic high-rise, knows that vintage charm historically needs constant attention. Which is why, when it's time to upgrade turn-of-the-century mechanicals, they turn to Grainger. With easy access to 1 million-plus products and the scale to deliver when and where you need them. The right tools and supplies are never far away. So the one can keep that vintage building running like new. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California. I checked. I verified. Yeah, I looked it up on Wikipedia. Today is Tuesday, April 29th, 2025, the penultimate day of April. Yeah, where did this month go, Jared?
It just flew by.
I mean, yeah, on those 40 and 50 mile an hour winds we had earlier, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah. April, we hardly knew you, huh? Okay, and let's see, tomorrow the last day of April, and Thursday the first day of May, and of course, May Day means you dance around the maypole, right?
I thought that was the planes going down.
Yeah, well, that too. Mayday. Yeah, it could be that, but the 1st of May Day, and you celebrate dancing around the maypole.
That'll make you dizzy, wouldn't it?
Maybe in the neighborhood we can all get together and designate a maypole.
Isn't there a flagpole outside your house?
Yes, there is.
There we go. We just tie a string around that and run in circles.
There we go. Okay. Anyway, all sorts of things going on this weekend. We'll tell you about a few of them. But I have a question for you.
Uh-oh.
Did you know that the first French fries weren't actually cooked in France? They were cooked in Greece?
Oh.
Okay, yeah, that's a dad joke. We'll leave it at that, okay? Anyway, I was going to bring some of our tomatoes in from Pam's garden, and the birds got them. All of the ripe cherry tomatoes that we had, the birds got every single one of the ripe ones.
You talking about those Orioles we were talking about yesterday?
The Orioles, and I think maybe the doves have gotten in on it.
Uh-oh.
And I'm not sure about the starlings.
Pretty soon, yeah. You get the whole neighborhood, all the birds.
Yeah, word spread quickly, I suppose. I had to put up some bird netting.
Pretty soon you'll have a bunch of cats waiting to catch the birds.
Yeah, the birds will gorge on the tomatoes. Actually, all they do is eat the seeds.
Okay. They just pick through them, leave a mess.
Yeah, and they leave a mess. But the birds will gorge on the tomato seeds, and the cats will get the fat birds that can't fly anymore.
And then the dogs will chase those cats down the block.
You got it. Okay. We've got some birthdays today. Are you ready?
Birthday time.
Singer Tommy James is 78. No word on the Shondells. Comedian Jerry Seinfeld, 71. Actor Kate Mulgrew is 70. Actor Daniel Day-Lewis, 68. Actor Michelle Pfeiffer, 67. Actor Eve Plum from the Brady Bunch, 67. Actor Vincent Ventresca is 59. Singer Carney Wilson of Wilson Phillips, Brian Wilson's little girl, is 57. Actor Paul Adelstein is 56. Actor Uma Thurman, 55. Actor Darby Stanchfield, 54. And let's see, actor Tyler Levine, 47. Actor Megan Boone, 42. Actor Zane Carney, 40. And actor Grace Kaufman, 23. Local birthdays coming up.
Bueno, les voy a contar un pequeño secreto. Wendy's has this new Cajun Crunch Chicken Sandwich. Y para ser sincera, I'm kind of crushing hard on this Sammy. Está repleto with bold Cajun flavors y cubierto con cebollas crujientes para un delicioso crunch in every bite. Todo sobre el icónico spicy chicken sandwich de Wendy's. It's honestly como el sandwich de mis sueños. I hope it likes me back. Para un sandwich you'll love, gotta be Wendy's. Abierto hasta la medianoche más tarde. Solo por tiempo limitado en Wendy's participantes de los Estados Unidos. El horario puede variar según la ubicación.
Let's say happy birthday, Fidel Alvarez, Alex Flores, Maria Manuel, Cassandra Ray Rojas, Alfredo Carrera, Elisa Gonzalez, John Hinshaw, Dina Patzloff, Lucian Patzloff, Robert Wren, Carly Ross, Isaiah Aguilera, Sherry Milano Hoffbauer, Annie Keating, Heather Singh, Brady Hoff, David Acuna, Emily Vasquez, Jesus Aldez, Megan Moreno, Nicholas Irving, Rosie Garcia, Rosario Martinez, Sergio Servine, Mila Hernandez, and our own Bob Diaz. Happy birthday from KXO. And many happy returns of the same. Oh, boy. Coming up this week. Okay. Are you ready? We mentioned it yesterday. The floating Easter egg hunt. Okay. I know Easter was, a week and a half away? But the city of El Centro floating Easter egg hunt is set for this Saturday at the El Centro Aquatic Center. I certainly hope that those are not real eggs. Yeah, by now they'd be getting a bit ripe.
Yeah, is that what we call it?
Yeah.
Ripe eggs?
I suppose.
Yeah, the Easter Bunny just took a minute getting to the aquatic center. That's it.
Yeah. And if they're too ripe, they probably won't float. I understand Gabe Lemus is all ready. He went out and bought a new snorkel and swim fins. So he'll be ready to participate.
He's got full-blown scuba gear. He's ready. He's getting all the eggs.
You got it. Okay, we've got news. We're going to take a look at World and California News headlines right now, brought to you by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. They deliver real-time updates about the air that we breathe.
CBS News Brief. The White House is slamming a report that Amazon will begin telling customers how much President Trump's tariffs have contributed to price hikes. Spokeswoman Caroline Levitt.
This is a hostile and political act by Amazon. Why didn't Amazon do this when the Biden administration hiked inflation to the highest level in 40 years?
Consumer confidence is tanking. It's tanked to its lowest level, in fact, since the start of the pandemic. The president expected to address tariffs on car makers when he holds a rally in Michigan today to mark the 100th day of the new term. CBS's Kelly O'Grady has details.
What we are expecting is that these automakers would still be subject to those auto tariffs, but they wouldn't be subject to the other tariffs like steel and aluminum.
And about that consumer confidence, analysts say the new numbers reflect fierce tariffs will also lead to higher prices. CBS News Brief. I'm Deborah Rodriguez.
The Imperial County Air Pollution Control District delivers real-time information about the quality of the air you breathe. Visit the website at apcd.imperialcounty.gov. caltransmaintenancyard.org to stay informed about air quality around the valley. The website also includes information for upcoming meetings, programs, and there's access to the dust cams set up around the valley. Visit apcd.imperialcounty.org today.
California headline news. New report indicating that California is losing lots of international tourism revenue with travel from countries like Canada, Mexico, Germany, and Australia down up to 26% this year. Alex Bastian with the Hotel Council of San Francisco says he's watching closely.
We're keeping a very close eye on the numbers into our airport. And we're paying attention to what the patterns and practices may be of a traveler. And we recognize there's a lot of uncertainty right now in the air.
A controversial political figure in San Diego has died. Former Mayor Bob Filner was only mayor for 9 months before he resigned amid allegations of sexual harassment and assault.
The city should not have been put through this, and my own personal failures were responsible, and I apologize to the city.
Filner pled guilty to false imprisonment and battery in 2013. Golden State Warriors on the verge of advancing in the NBA playoffs, beating the Rockets in San Francisco last night, 109-106, taking a 3-1 lead in their first-round series. Jeff Scott, California News.
World and California news headlines have been brought to you this morning by the Imperial County Air Pollution Control District. Log on to imperialvalleyair.org and you'll get real-time information about the air that we breathe.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers. T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it. Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers, plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us, plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Chargers sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
And it's page 1 of the local news. Page 1 is service of El Centro Motors, Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. They have 3 mobile service vans that come to you wherever you are in the valley, and they can do everything. It's mobile service by appointment. Call El Centro Motors and schedule your appointment today.
Kxo News. Burglary arrest. A Salton City man was arrested in connection with a burglary. Here's George Gale. Aaron Aradero today, right?
County Sheriff's deputies responded to a report of a burglary at a residence at the 2400 block of Seashore Road in Salton City. The victim of the burglary was able to provide video surveillance footage of a suspect breaking into the residence. Deputies were able to identify the suspect as 40-year-old Richard Sager, a resident of Salton City. Deputies located Sager and detained him for investigation of the burglary. Sager denied being involved in the crime, but deputies were able to find him in possession of multiple burglary tools. They also located a large generator inside his vehicle. The generator had freshly cut wires attached. It was determined that the generator was recently stolen from a local business. Sager was arrested and booked into Imperial County Jail for felony charges of burglary, grand theft, and vandalism. Bail was set at $350,000. According to Sheriff's Office, this remains an active and open investigation. In the Kxo Newsroom, I'm Aaron Aradero.
Officials from Caltrans District 11 and the California Highway Patrol will hold a memorial ceremony to honor Caltrans workers who lost their lives. The ceremony today will be held at the Caltrans Maintenance Yard on Montenegros Way in El Centro. The ceremony is to remember the 194 fallen workers who lost their lives in service to Caltrans and California. There will be an honor guard, memorial wreath, and a display of traffic cones to represent the fallen workers. The event will start at 10 a.m. Again, that is at the maintenance yard on Montenegro Way in El Centro, Caltrans Maintenance Yard. KXO local news time, just about 7:43.
Before you head out on the road, head into El Centro Motors Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. Ask for the works. Trained technicians will change the oil using up to 6 quarts of synthetic blend oil. Change the filter, rotate the tires, top off the fluids, check the belts, hoses, battery, and brakes, all for one low price. It's the works at Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers, at El Centro Motors, the Imperial Valley Mall, and the Brawley Auto Center, or with their new mobile service wherever you are.
Transmission line open house. There will be 2 opportunities for public input on a proposed electric transmission line. Here's Aaron Aradero.
An 80-mile, 500-kilovolt transmission line is proposed to be built between substations in Yuma County, Arizona, and Imperial County. The California Independent System Operator, CAISO, determined the proposed ironwood transmission line is needed to ensure access to reliable, low-cost electricity. Horizon West Transmission, LLC, is developing an environmental assessment to determine potential routes and is asking for input from the public. A second round of open houses will be held this week in Imperial County. The first will be Wednesday, April the 30th at the Heber Community Center from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. And a second open house will be on Thursday, May the 1st at the Calexico Women's Improvement Club in Calexico, also from 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. Previous public sessions were held in February. Residents will have an opportunity to speak with project representatives, ask questions, and voice their opinions. In the Kxo Newsroom, I'm Aaron Antidero.
And there's a juice recall. A recall of apple juice has been issued. Martinelli's apple juice is being recalled due to potential contamination by a toxic fungus. The affected products involve over 170,000 bottles sold in 4-packs of 10-ounce bottles. There will be a Best By date of December 5th, 2026 on those bottles. The juice was distributed in 28 states, including California. Consumers are advised to check their purchases and return any affected bottles to the store. That's it for page 1 of local news. Page 2 and weather up next.
Page 1 of the local news, a service of Quick Lane Tire and Auto Centers. 3 locations in the valley at El Centro Motors, in the Brawley Auto Center, Highway 86 and Julia Drive, and at the Imperial Valley Mall. Quick Lane, they service all makes and all models, and you never need an appointment.
Enter to win a $50 gift certificate from 360 Business Product. No purchase necessary, and you need not be present to win. Simply log on to kxoradio.com. Click on the 360 Business Products Enter to Win giveaway link with your name, email address, or phone number, and you're entered. Or call Kxo Radio 760-352-1230 with your name, address, and phone number. Your $50 value gift certificate can be redeemed for office products from 360 Business Products. Winner can win once a year. Winner to be announced end of every month.
And page 2 of the local news, served with a side of weather, is all brought to you by Burgers and Beer, serving the best burgers in town. Daily lunch specials Monday through Friday. Happy hour 3 till 6 p.m. every day.
ICOE math competition. All right. Get ready for some math problems. The Imperial County Office of Education. I got to do that right. Get ready for some math problems. Okay, there we go. The Imperial County Office of Education will host 2 days of math competition on Wednesday. Tomorrow, the competition will feature 6th and 7th graders. The next day will feature 8th grade competitors. Both days will see the competition from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Old Eucalyptus Schoolhouse in El Centro. According to ICOE, the event will feature 2 rounds, a task-based challenge where teams of 5 students solve a multi-step problem using real manipulatives, followed by multiple-choice exam completed collaboratively by each team. There will be 10 schools from Imperial County competing. And the egg hunt, the El Centro egg hunt at the Aquatic Center has been delayed. We were talking about that earlier. Yes, it's delayed until this Saturday. The floating Easter egg hunt was scheduled for last Saturday, and it has been rescheduled. The city of El Centro said that high winds and heater issues at the El Centro Aquatic Center caused the pool temperature, the water temperature, to fall below the required 75 degrees, and the event has been rescheduled for Saturday, May 3rd. That is this Saturday. Hopefully the weather's nice. KXO Local News Time, 7:48. We'll take a look at local weather up next.
Hungry for the best burger in town or an ice-cold beer? Did you know that Burgers & Beer has happy hour every day from 3 to 6? Get drink specials all day like Margarita Monday, Tonic Tuesday, Wine Down Wednesday, and Thirsty Thursday. For April specials, try the drink of the month, the Masters Azalea, and Mick Ultra bottles are on special. Don't forget to try the plate of the month, Philly Fries. Burgers & Beer, proudly serving you, your family, and friends since 1985. Open daily starting at 9. Burgers & Beer, for the best burger in town.
According to the National Weather Service, dry conditions will persist through this week as temperatures warm from near to above normal temperatures heading through the middle and latter portions of this week. A weather disturbance moving into the region this weekend will bring another round of breezy to windy conditions and much cooler temperatures going into early next week. 81 the high in the valley yesterday, 57 the overnight low. Today sunny with a high near 91, west wind about 5 miles an hour. Clear tonight, a low around 63, west-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Tomorrow will be sunny with a high near 94, south-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, with gusts as high as 20 miles an hour. And right now downtown we have 64 degrees, 56% relative humidity, wind out of the west 325 miles an hour. Air quality is good throughout the Imperial Valley. Local news, page 2, brought to you by Burgers & Beer. It's the place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Bring the family, meet your friends at Burgers & Beer.
We're going to dance. We're going to dance and have some fun.
The IVROP Community Foundation is hosting the 16th Annual Educational Scholarship Fundraiser, Dancing with the Stars Gala, on Friday, May 2nd at the Kxo Casino Resort. Diamond sponsor for this event is Vesper Society. Ruby sponsors are Marion V. Fenley, State Farm Agent, and BHE Renewables. Sapphire sponsors are Victoria Homes, Gallagher Insurance, Imperial Printers, Health Peak and Honor Health Services, and KXO AM 1230 FM 107.5. For tickets to this premier event, contact Wendy Ramirez at IVROP Community Foundation. IVROP Community Foundation's Dancing with the Stars Gala, May 2nd at Kxo Casino Resort. And right now, we've got a look at sports. Sports time. Brought to you this morning by Pioneers Memorial Hospital, an affiliate of the Scripps Health Network. They're working together to provide you the very best care. NBA action. Whoa. Blowout time. The Cleveland Cavaliers beat up on the Miami Heat 138-83. Yeah, almost embarrassing. The Cavs with a 4-zip advantage. They are moving on in the NBA playoffs. Meanwhile, it was a little bit closer. The Warriors whipped the Rockets 109-106. Golden State leads the series 3-1. Coming up today in NBA action, it will be Milwaukee at Indiana, Detroit at New York, Orlando and Boston, and the Clippers will be in Denver.
Pioneers Memorial Healthcare District, ready to serve you and your family for all of your healthcare needs. Let our team of dedicated physicians guide you on your journey to better health. Pioneers is a recognized leader in healthcare and has more than 10 health centers and clinics throughout the Imperial Valley. When the need arises, don't hesitate to come and see us. We have services and locations in Calexico and Raleigh, and of course, our award-winning hospital, Pioneers Memorial. For more information on all Pioneer services, visit www.pmhd.org today.
And, Shaquille O'Neal has nothing better to do, so he has agreed to become the Sacramento State men's basketball general manager. It's an unpaid voluntary role for the Basketball Hall of Famer, whose son, Shaquille O'Neal, will play for Sacramento State under new head coach Mike Bibby. O'Neal is the latest high-profile athlete to accept a general manager role with a school. Yeah, it's all part of the name, image, and likeness era. Major League Baseball action. Yesterday, the Mets beat up on the Nationals 19-5. Twins toppled the Guardians 11-1. Reds beat the Cardinals 3-1. Orioles nipped the Yankees 4-3. Athletics edged the Rangers 2-1. Athletics on a roll, even though they don't have a home. The Astros topped the Tigers 8-5. Rockies, they came up short. The Braves beat the Rockies 6-3, and the Dodgers nipped the Marlins 7-6. Baseball Commissioner Rob Manfred said he has discussed Pete Rose with President Donald Trump at a meeting several weeks ago, and he plans to rule on a request to end the sport's permanent ban of the career hits leader who died in September. Manfred said he and Trump discussed several issues, including concerns over how immigration policies could impact players from Cuba, Venezuela, and other foreign countries. There goes half of Major League Baseball. That's it for sports. Sports Time brought to you by Pioneers Memorial Hospital. Log on to pmht.org for more information about Pioneers.
Rush Steel Supply is the #1 steel distributor in the Imperial Valley that's been serving the valley for over 14 years. They have an extended inventory of carbon steel, structural steel, plow steel, plates, spars, pipes, and a whole lot more. And all of their products are stored indoors, and they deliver throughout the Imperial Valley. Visit their website, rushsteelsupply.com, or see the inventory for yourself at 703 East Main Street, El Centro. When you think steel, think Rush.
Please, Tom Sawyer, mean pride.
And financial news with a brief look at the weather, brought to you by Southwest Security, a locally owned company protecting you, your home, your business, your construction site, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Job openings in the United States fell in March as President Donald Trump's trade wars clouded the economic outlook. U.S. employers posted 7.2 million vacancies in March, down from 7.5 million in February and 8.1 million in March of 2024, according to the Labor Department. It was the fewest number of job openings since September, and below the 7.5 million that economists had forecast. But the department's job openings and labor turnover summary also showed that the number of Americans quitting their jobs, a sign of confidence in the economy, rose modestly, and layoffs fell to the lowest level since June. Walmart and Target have resumed business with some of their Chinese suppliers after pausing orders for a few weeks due to uncertainties over the imposition of steep U.S. tariffs. The resumption came days after a meeting last week between President Donald Trump and the heads of retail giants Walmart, Target, and Home Depot. The presidents of the retail establishments warned the president of the U.S. that store shelves across America would soon be empty. The resumption of business, even if partial, suggests retailers are attempting to ensure their stores remain stocked as tariffs threaten to disrupt their supply chains, which are crucial to their own bottom lines, as well as to the survival of thousands of factories in China. And U.S. Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick appeared to confirm reports that a deal has been reached with automakers to ease tariffs in another potential policy reversal that could grant a major reprieve for a beleaguered industry. The Wall Street Journal reported earlier in the day that President Donald Trump is set to announce a new tariff structure for cars that avoids stacking them on top of other tariffs already in place. Currently, there's a 25% tariff on almost all imported cars, as well as 25% tariffs on steel and aluminum, two metals heavily used in cars. So what's happening on the big board right now? We see Honeywell and Sherwin-Williams are leading the charge. The Dow up 266 points at 40,493. Meanwhile, the S&P 500 up 16 at 5544. The NASDAQ up 35 points at 17,400. Gold off $25.20 an ounce. And oil has dropped again. Oil is off $1.42 a barrel.
Southwest Security has been protecting properties 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, right here in the Imperial Valley and Coachella Valley. The mission has always been to protect your property, whether it's your home, business, or construction site. Your satisfaction is their number one priority. Make that phone call today to protect your property by calling Southwest Security at 760-970-4500. That's 760-970-4500. And don't forget about Southwest Postal, your one-stop shipping center. Plus, they offer you 24-hour mailbox rental located at the corner of Heil and 4th Street in El Centro.
It will be sunny today with a high near 91, west wind about 5 miles an hour. Clear tonight, a low around 63, west-southwest wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, gusting up to 20 miles an hour. Tomorrow, sunny with a high near 94, south-southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour, gusting as high as 20 miles an hour. 67 degrees downtown, wind out of the west at 3. Financial news brought to you by Southwest Postal Service. You'll find them at 4th and Heil, El Centro. We are the Imperial Valley's AM 1230 KXO El Centro, California.
This hour, sponsored by T-Mobile Business Advantage.
I'm Steve Kathan. Amazon's reported plan to tell customers what tariffs are costing them when they look to make a purchase has prompted pushback from the White House.
Next to a product's price tag, Amazon says it will now show how much the president's tariffs will add on, which Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt called
a hostile and political action.
She says it's no surprise and cited a Reuters report from 2021 that said
Amazon has partnered with a Chinese propaganda arm. So this is another reason why Americans should buy American.
Stacey Lynn, CBS News, the White House.
Well, CBS's Kelly O'Grady tells us President Trump is set to sign an executive order today relaxing some of his 25% tariffs on autos and auto parts.
What we are expecting is that these automakers would still be subject to those auto tariffs, but they wouldn't be subject to the other tariffs like steel and aluminum. Because if you think about it, right, you're building a car. That's a really important component, and you're sort of getting hit as an automaker one after another.
An American F-18 fighter jet is at the bottom of the Red Sea after tumbling off an aircraft carrier. CBS's Charlie D'Agata at the Pentagon says an investigation is underway.
The nearly $70 million jet was being towed on the hangar deck of the USS Harry S. Truman aircraft when the crew lost control, causing the F-18 to plummet into the Red Sea. So I was told they were able to jump clear. All personnel have been accounted for. Not immediately clear why the crew lost control of the fighter jet.
Toxicology reports are pending on a 44-year-old woman who police say was at the wheel of a car that hit a building in Chatham, Illinois, where an after-school program was taking place. 3 children and a teenager were killed, others injured. Police say it's likely was not a targeted attack. Federal raid at the wrong home in Atlanta and a lawsuit that followed is at the center of a case being heard today at the U.S. Supreme Court's legal analyst Lori Levinson.
The Supreme Court has to sort out in this case, basically, when can individuals use this special law called the Federal Tort Claims Act to sue the federal government.
On the Health Watch today, CBS's Vicki Barker tells us there's a new look at processed foods.
The researchers found premature deaths linked to the consumption of ultra-processed foods were lowest in Colombia, 4%. They were highest in the U.S. and the U.K. More than 13.5% of all premature deaths were linked to eating too many foods high in fat, salt, sugar, artificial sweeteners, and other additives.
And checking Wall Street, right now the Dow is up 269 points. S&P up 19. This is CBS News.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. Get the savings you want on America's largest 5G network. Visit T-Mobile.com/choice55 and start saving today.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with turbo power that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/55 to learn more. It's 24 monthly bill credits and 2 new lines with autopay for well-qualified customers plus taxes, fees, and $35 per line connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us plus $5 per line without autopay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
A much-anticipated concert tour hits the high notes on the first night.
It was a family affair when Beyoncé kicked off her Cowboy Carter tour at SoFi Stadium in L.A. The Beehive, dressed in their best Western gear, went crazy when her 13-year-old daughter, Blue Ivy, danced front and center. Later, she made way for her little sister. 7-year-old Rumi made her stage debut, hugging her mom during Protector before she waved to the crowd and exited with Blue Ivy. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
From the NFL, San Francisco's George Kittle has become the highest-paid tight end in history. The 49ers All-Pro has inked a contract extension worth more than $76 million over 4 years. $40 million of it is guaranteed. Steve Kathan, CBS News.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
And now, more of the best oldies on the radio with Carroll Buckley.
Classic case of neurotic narcissism and a first-class smarty pants.
AM 1230 KXO.